Welcome to A Closer Look. I'm Owen Preventure with Derry TV. And today on A Closer Look, we're going to talk about PizzaStock. If you don't know what PizzaStock is, you've come to the right place. This Derry exclusive, born right here in town, is a showcase event rooted in tragedy, but a reflection of not only a young man's legacy, but the power of community collaboration to bring awareness and resources to an issue that is more and more important as time goes on. With me today, once again, is Douglas Flood, one of the founders of PizzaStock. Hi, Doug. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me, Owen.
You're very welcome. For folks that don't know, Doug, about what PizzaStock is, share a little bit about the founding of it.
The basic idea of PizzaStock itself was came from 10th graders sitting in school. Bunch of musicians wanted to make a all-day music festival at McGregor Park, kind of spoofing on Woodstock, and it had to include pizza and music, the things they loved the most. And they had always talked about doing it, and then upon graduation, my son died by suicide, being the lead guitarist of a couple bands, and so the kids came to me after and said, you know, we want to do this. This was our idea. We need your help, and we want to know how to do it. So, you know, with their guy, the first one was purely the kids doing the music, and I said, as long as I can bring awareness to how he died and bring resources to a local group, then, you know, we can do this. And I did that part, and they did the music, and it was so successful. We were able to give the Sunshine Soup Kitchen like over $2,200 just flying by the seat of our pants. One event, it worked, and so we decided to continue it. Mm-hmm. And you know, that's what we're doing, and it's grown into several events and several little offsprings.
That's right. You've supported not only the Sunshine Soup Kitchen, but also the Upper Room.
Yeah, PizzaStock 2, the following year, I collaborated with Brenda Guggenberg from the Upper Room. She liked our story. She wanted to create a program to help kids. You know, she understood that I felt is getting kids together, doing things, talking to one another again. That was our purpose, our goal. That's how I thought we'd find part of a solution to this. And so we teamed up, and we did, you know, PizzaStock 2 and 2.5 for the Upper Room. We were able to raise over $10,000 for them. Wow. in those two events. And,
wow.
And this year we teamed up with the Boys and Girls Club because my children went there for several years, and the staff loved them, and we love the staff, and I think they're a great organization and a great fit to our message and what they do for the kids of the town.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. And it's a specific endeavor with the Boys and Girls Club, right, that you were supporting?
They have a program called Smart Moves, mm-hmm. which they feel was fitting to our message, and it takes young kids and they teach them leadership skills and leadership qualities. So kids aren't just necessarily following, that they can say, hey, this is what I want to do, and this is how we need to do it, and I need you to work with me, and they'll collaborate and work together towards a common goal.
Yeah, that sounds great. We need more. I think anything that can help our younger generations, you know, collaborate more in real life, if you will, versus, you know, digitally, although that's ever important. The more we can learn to work together.
Social media and all this is important, but I think it's amazing in all this communication, the thing that we've lost is the ability to communicate. So hopefully some of these programs will pull that back in a little bit.
Fantastic. And yeah, so we were fortunate enough at DerryCAM to catch a little bit of the action at PizzaStock 3.
Yeah.
Boy, that was a hot day, wasn't it?
It was the hottest day of the summer. I believe it broke 100 degrees, I believe.
100 degrees,
it was
the humidity
rough.
Was at, you know, flashpoint,
yeah,
and
it was rough.
Yeah, but everybody, all the coordination, all the bands, everybody played through all the way to the end.
Yeah, we went without a hitch. We had 18 bands and 2 stages, and we ran ahead of schedule.
Wow.
The kids run the stages for me. They run the sound systems. They do the changeovers, and they didn't miss a beat. They worked hard all day. Like I said, we went from 12 bands in one stage to 18 bands in two stages, and it was a great thing. It went really well. We brought more organizations like American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. NAMNI was there, along with the Upper Room, and CLM, Center for Life Management here in Derry, and 68 Hours of Hunger Children. They're a Derry Chester organization. They give kids meals to get them through the weekends, from Friday lunch at school to Monday morning breakfast. They send them home with a backpack. So it's a really good organization. We had the Boys and Girls Club there, and a bunch of other people and things.
So just another layer of, again, having that opportunity with so many people gathered, and more, it sounds like, as these events grow, to have exposure for these resources that are available to folks. So it's just fantastic.
I've been encouraged that the people who run the tables, we have the music going down front and the tables are more towards the back, but the people who are running the tables and the organizations do say that, it's encouraging that kids and parents are coming up to their tables and taking flyers and talking a little bit and understanding that they are there and what they do. So, I mean, hopefully you're just taking baby steps, but hopefully they're steps forward.
Nice. Excellent. And the next step forward is PizzaStock 3.5 coming right up here this December. What a cool event. I'll talk more about this later, but for the holidays when family is together, folks are back in from out of town. What a really cool event at an awesome venue, supporting good stuff, moving forward. Tell us a little bit about 3.5.
There is nothing cooler, and I could never thank Scott Haywood enough, than putting young rock bands on the Tupelo Hall stage. I mean, I know when my son played there in the summer of 2016 at the original hall in Londonderry, the four kids were like in awe of the fact that they were playing on the Tupelo Hall stage. They couldn't believe it. And so I just want to give that opportunity for other kids, and I'm grateful Scott, my son, made a great connection with Scott's son Adam, and made a great impression on Scott while he was here during his high school years. That Scott has come to me and said, whatever you need, we can do it. We'll make it happen. And so 2.5 came up, and we were all skeptical of what it would do. We thought, if we put 200 people in here, that'll be cool, and raise a couple $1,000, it'd be cool. But by the time the show started, we had they were estimating about 400 people in the hall, and we raised over $9,000 that day, and it ended up being our biggest event. And before the event was over, Scott and the sound guy came up to me, I forget his name, and they looked at me and they're like, "You did it." And I'm like, "Oh no, what'd I do?" And they're like, "You filled this place." And the guy's like, "Your kids were easier to work with than most national acts that come through here. They sounded better." And so they said, "We have to do it again." And this year, we have bigger shoes to fill. We have bigger expectations. I brought in hired guns to make sure that this show is every bit it can be.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about that. Also in studio today, we have with us Jenna Sullivan. Hi, Jenna.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing very well, thanks. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Doug, introduce us to Jenna.
Well, Jenna has become quite a dear family friend. She met my son when he was a senior and she was a freshman, and they're a little bit of an odd couple, but they became friends, and she has been, her heart is as big as her smile, and I just can't tell you how much we appreciate how much she's done for us in our organization. She hosts our open mic nights at the Grind. Melanie Davis gives us the Grind in Wyndham for open mics, and her and Amara host those for us, and it just seemed like a perfect fit. If she was in a band, she'd probably be competing, but she's not. So the perfect fit was to have her host it.
Excellent. So Jenna, and you yourself, you're a vocalist, right? Or a musician and
Yes.
vocalist, yeah.
Yes, I am, which I do perform. I used to perform at the Coffee Factory open mics in Derry when I was a freshman and Jason was a senior, and I'd see him there and we'd kind of cross paths there, but it wasn't, I didn't really get to know him until when he decided to join theater, which it was kind of a wild concept for all of us that Jason Flood was joining theater. But that was where I ended up meeting him, and I don't know, like Doug said, it was just kind of odd. Like he said right then and there when he met me, because I'm crazy extrovert and everything, and when he met me, he was like, "You're a little too much for my liking," and everything, but we ended up somehow hitting it off, and I was really fortunate for that and for his friendship and everything, and just to get to know him. So I do obviously appreciate music and theater for multiple reasons, but that's one of the big reasons why I appreciate it.
Nice, excellent. So, and you say you're co-hosting?
Yes, I am. So Doug came to me. We actually worked together at Pinkerton, and he texted me and was like, "Hey, can I meet you at your car? I got to talk to you about something." And I was like, "Yeah." And I'm sitting there thinking, "Oh, geez, what does he have to say next?" But he came to me with the great idea of having me be one of the hosts for PizzaStock 3.5, which I was really excited about, just because I've performed at 1, 2, and 3 of all the PizzaStocks, but haven't really been too involved with any of the halves. So I was really excited about that. But he came to me with the idea of me and my good friend Amara Phelps co-hosting the show together. So we're very excited about that.
Nice, excellent.
Should be good. Should be a lot of fun. It'll keep in between the music. It'll keep the place going.
Gotcha.
And entertained.
Gotcha. So this in 3.5 will be there to support, again, the same program at the Boys and Girls Club?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're supporting the Boys and Girls Club, and our foundation, the Jason R. Flood Memorial, is a nonprofit 501c3. And I've been in contact with the Derry School Board and the Chester School Board about helping them fulfill the state requirement, the new law SB 282, which requires all educators and everyone involved in the school system to be trained in mental health awareness and suicide prevention by this spring. And so, but it's an unfunded bill. So each town is told you need to do this. We don't care how you do it, and we're not going to fund you for it.
Find a way.
So get it done. So there's an organization out of Exeter called Connor's Climb. Tara Ball runs that. She lost her son, Connor, 7 years ago to suicide. And she worked really hard with the state getting this bill passed and formed an organization that uses the SOS program, which is a national program for training educators. And even before it became a state law, their organization has been funding many school districts in New Hampshire willing to do it. And there have been parts of Derry that have taken this test in the last few years just on their own and wanting to be part of it. So that's the angle we're taking. That's where I'm working with them, trying to get Derry and Chester on board so they don't have to pay for it. They don't have to worry about it. And that's what we're trying to help moving forward with.
Nice.
Fulfilling that.
So the Jason Flood Foundation being a 501c3, so even if folks might be out of town the week of the upcoming 3.5, they could make year-end contributions if they wanted to, tax deductible. So if this is a cause that were close to them, they could have
PizzaStock's just an offspring of the Jason R. Flood Foundation.
Gotcha.
We're hoping to do athletic events next year, bring those in along with the arts. Jason was an avid soccer player, a hockey player. He ran track, he coached middle kids in track. So we're hoping to do a track and field event next year. We tried doing it this year, but it was too much.
Right.
We were working with the Wasson Pond Pounder, the Chester Charitable Foundation. They're doing their 10th and possibly final obstacle course race, something Jason and I ran a lot. And we're trying to bring money to that and whatnot. So
Excellent.
It's all part of anything to do with kids, and like I said, music and arts and athletics. It's all good.
You know, Doug, your family, you, sir, and your family are really an inspiration to the rest of us. I know you're humble about it, but we look at
She'll tell you. It was Jason. We were introverts as a family. He in his core was an introvert, but yet somehow the outpouring of the kids just inspired us we just can't let it stop. He was going to make a positive difference in this world, and I need to make sure that happens. And I have a lot of good people helping me to make sure that that happens, and that's what it is. It's
Well,
nothing more.
It's amazing to watch, and thank you for the inspiration in any way, in our humble way we can do it. DerryCAM is always open to you, and whatever you need, brother, we're here for you.
Thank you. Like I said, we don't want to be any bigger than Derry. We want to just work within the community to make our village as big and strong as it can be.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you, sir. So mark your calendars now if you haven't already. PizzaStock 3.5. For more information, DerryCAM.org, and check out our happenings calendar. There you'll find some information on the event and a way to click to PizzaStock's online presence and find out even more information. So everything you need to know is right there. So check out the calendar. And till next time, this has been a closer look with Owen for DTV, part of DerryCAM, the voice of Derry NH.